Welcome to Slow Home. Too many people live in badly designed houses, and we want to change that.
This is day 101 of the Slow Home Project, and we need you to join us in our quest to evaluate the design quality of houses in 9 North American cities in 9 months. This week we are finishing off our analysis of townhouses in Denver, and today we're going to be reviewing the work from the past week.
Yeah, so it's Friday. It's always a good day to look back on the week and see what everybody's done and contributed. The other big thing we'd like to tell everybody about is we've got a new section on the website, and it's the Slow Home Awards section.
Finally.
So finally, we've got it figured out. So on the right-hand side of the website, there's a link to the Slow Home section, and the cool thing is
we have our first video as well. We've been, as you know, Matthew and I traveled down to each of the cities at some point after we finished analyzing the houses and determining who are the award winners, and we meet with them. It's taken us a while to figure out the best format for this video, but we are pleased to say that if you scroll down on the blog or go to the Slow Home Award section, you'll find our video for the Lofts at Cherokee Studios by Pew and Scarpa and Rethink Developments in Los Angeles. So it's pretty exciting. I'm interested to see what you think about the project and also about the video that we've created, and we'll be rolling out the other ones fairly soon.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. So have a look and let us know what you think. So the other thing we're going to do today is we're going to look at the design projects that everybody submitted on Wednesday, and we're also going to announce the Slow Homer of the Week.
Why don't we start with that?
Slow Homer of the Week this week is Wayne, and the reason why we chose Wayne is because Wayne has diligently been posting his design projects every week, and he usually comes in really late. So
right. He's a night owl.
He's a night owl. I'm in bed, so I don't know where Wayne is in the world, but he posts around midnight Calgary time. And so when I get up on Thursday morning, it's his project is there. So we really appreciate that. We appreciate also the comments, Wayne, that you put down, because you don't just put the design up like most slow homers. You take the time to actually write out your thought process, which I think is really, really informative and really useful information.
It really is. Yeah, I know, it's great. And maybe you just want to have the last word by posting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I get slammed because we post at the beginning of the day, and so then everybody can talk about our projects.
Yeah, exactly.
So on that note, let's look at the design projects. You went through them.
I did go through them, and I think I want to focus today on the kitchen design because I've got them sort of in the sort of order of. The interesting thing about this is with this townhouse design, most people use that front room as either a laundry or a powder room because of the sort of the way that room is shaped. So that makes sense.
Right.
So that wasn't really the big issue in my opinion about this. It really came down to how the kitchen was designed. We're starting out with Jody J. Jody J did a U-shaped kitchen. So this was similar to the one that I put in.
Right.
And so the orientation, which I think is correct for this unit,
of course you do.
Well, I do. I think it's correct. I give her full marks because she basically did the similar layout to me, but that to me is really important because to me from this line back is really sort of the back of the unit, and you want to try to open up as much as you can forward.
Yeah.
So the second one is Lacey. Now Lacey has a similar kitchen layout.
But it pushes it over.
Yeah, now this is the thing is when you're designing these units, I think you have to be really careful about the proportion and scale of the kitchen. And hers has a lot of room here because she didn't put that closet for the entry there.
Yeah.
And she's got a lot of floor space.
It's getting a little shallow too.
And then this is getting tight. So I think in these units what's really important is you've got to try to maximize the living dining space, and you've got to do a scaled kitchen that works but isn't too big.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay, and this is Murray. Murray's got his kitchen similarly
so it's a
spaced.
bit more enclosed, isn't it?
Yeah, now this was interesting because he actually did a slightly different powder room layout, which I thought was really elegant.
I like that. I've done those before,
Yeah.
and I think they're really nice because you get that long counter beside the toilet. It is nice.
And so he had his entry closet here and put his washer dryer there, which was good. So he thought, he sort of in his notes, he said this isn't a full height wall, it's kind of a half wall. And I think that's, possibly an interesting design. His proportion here, I think, is maybe a little tight.
Yeah.
That was my comment about that. This is Terry's. So Terry also had a U-shaped kitchen. Interesting. Terri always does this. She always floats something that you can walk around.
I like that.
And it actually is a really interesting use of space.
Well, it's interesting. What I like about that is that it puts the powder room more in the rest of the house, so that you don't feel like you're walking through the front door to get to that guest bath.
Because I would say what she's done
nice.
is she's actually made this whole length of the unit the living dining kitchen space because she's kind of opened up and you can sort of move around that piece as an object.
If I can just, what I think is cool, just looking at, just taking the pen for a second, is the potential. We're not supposed to be looking at changing the outside, but how you could maybe think about opening that up as a window so that you're right, when you're standing there, you get a view out to the front of the house.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems with this house that when we first looked at it, was that the front is so separate from everything else. And it's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So then Wayne, so our slow homer of the week, so he then put his kitchen with an island. He changed the orientation. If you remember how the original one, the island was this way, which I thought was bad because it looked oriented towards the stairs. So he took the same island design and just flipped it and had it oriented towards the living, dining, kitchen space. I don't like his corner pantry.
No.
But I'll give him a little slap on the wrist for that.
Well, what's interesting too is he put the dining room at the other end.
Yeah.
Which also works.
He moved the sliding door.
Take back the award.
Yeah, take back the award. Wayne, we need your certificate back.
Maybe you do that.
Just kidding. Okay, so now Molly Kay and Mid-America Mom, they actually changed the location of the kitchen. So they did something really different. So Molly Kay, this is her second attempt. She put the kitchen up in this top corner, making a longer living, dining, kitchen space, which I also think is interesting. If she didn't have the fireplace there, I would say the living room was too far back because there would be no sort of focal point, but she's trying to create a focal point with that fireplace. The only challenge is the proportion of that.
Do you think that you could flip the living room and kitchen and have the dining room?
I think you could.
Not the living room and the dining room, and have the dining room a little further back?
I think you could. I think you could easily put the dining table here and put the living room furniture like that.
What I really like about this is how it makes that kitchen with the window on the side. If you're going to be spending a lot of time in that kitchen, that's a great way to have a kitchen. A lot of people, a kitchen window, a lot of people like to have windows above the sinks, which is okay, but I really like that sort of deep floor-to-ceiling window on the side of the kitchen. I think it's a beautiful thing, particularly if you had a deck out there. Be lovely on a nice day.
And last but not least, Mid-America Mom, the superstar of the Slow Home site.
Yes,
she
right.
also put the kitchen in a different location.
That's nice.
Yeah, she put it. So what she did is she split the living space and the dining space. I personally like when the living is in close proximity to the kitchen. I really like that, and I like having the dining space a little bit to the side. I think that's kind of interesting.
Right. That dining space is going to be a little dark.
Yes, but that's the challenge with this plan. Because there is no side yard light condition on there.
Right, because it's a townhouse.
Yeah.
Interesting. Those are really good designs this week.
Yeah, no, I thought they were really good, and I thought that it's interesting when I like having when we've got 5 or 6 plans where there's slight nuances, and we can talk about them in a little bit more detail, so I thought that was a really good week exercise.
Exactly. Well, if you've got some time this weekend, give us your thoughts now that you've seen all of them on the blog post, which ones you think might be more or less successful, or take one and download it and draw on it and rework it. That's the way that we'll get going.
And don't forget to watch the video on the Cherokee Studios.
Exactly. Special thanks to Steve Chin for all of his hard work.